Hey there, STEM enthusiasts! Welcome back to Kameron's Lab, Dive In, the go-to podcast for STEM students, crafted with passion by one of your own. I'm Kameron, your enthusiastic and ever-curious host. Buckle up for today's insightful episode. Ready to dive in? Welcome back to the lab! I'm your host, Kameron, and I'm so excited to chat with you again. It's been a while since the last episode, and I've missed diving into the fascinating world of STEM with you. Today, I'm here to share some exciting updates and what you can expect from me this summer. First off, I feel like I owe you an explanation for my brief hiatus. As you know, this was my final year in biomedical engineering, and it demanded a lot of my focus. Between group projects, thesis submission, postgraduate applications, my schedule was packed. I'll do another episode later talking about my thesis in depth, but I can't help but give you a quick overview. The overall project is a myoelectric prosthetic hand for a transradial amputee. Myoelectric refers to the electrical impulses our muscles give out that can be amplified and used to control bionic limbs, which is what my project is focused on. So, my group is split up into about 5 different groups. So there's mechanical design, electronics, EMG control, haptic feedback, and me, tactile sensing. It's a fascinating project that I love being a part of. So if you'd like to learn more, keep an eye out for that episode. Or if you really can't wait, you can also see the videos I posted about it on my Instagram or TikTok, where my handle is Kamerons_lab. So yeah, be sure to check that out over there. Of course, that's not all I've been busy prepping for. I've also been planning the future of our podcast, doing some extensive research to bring you more insightful content. It's been a whirlwind these past couple of months, but also incredibly rewarding. Now, let's talk about my summer plans, because I am over the moon. First up, just months before the Olympics, I'm thrilled to announce that I'll be attending, drumroll please, VivaTech in Paris with press accreditation, of course. This is a fantastic opportunity for us to dive deep into the tech world. I'll be interacting with startups, attendees, brands, speakers, and of course, I'll be bringing all of that content right back here to you. If you want to see live updates and just keep up to date quickly before I post my podcast episode, of course, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, again, Kamerons_lab, because that's where I plan to post most of the updates quickly. And in case you're thinking, Kameron, I'm excited for you, but what is VivaTech? I'll break it down. VivaTech is short for Viva Technology. This is a premier global event that celebrates innovation, technology, and startups. VivaTech is actually the biggest startup and tech event in Europe. So I'm really excited to be going there, especially with press accreditation for a student STEM podcaster. How cool is that? But why VivaTech, you might ask? Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine stepping into a place that's buzzing with the energy of over 100,000 attendees from all corners of the globe. A place where the air is thick with ideas that could change the world. VivaTech is more than a conference. It's a chance to hear from those who are leading the charge in tech, and for me to share those stories with you. And let's talk about the lineup this year. VivaTech is bringing together some of the most influential figures in the tech industry. We're talking executives from major brands, visionary entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who are at the forefront of their fields. Big brands like Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon with their AWS, and even L'Oreal will be in attendance with not only their own interactive booths that of course I'll be bringing you to, but also some of their executives are giving talks. In fact, in a slightly unexpected twist, the Williams sisters, yes, I'm talking about Serena and Venus Williams, they'll be speaking as well. I'm really looking forward to it. and can only hope I get us good seats so I can bring you with me. Now, just as a reminder, the goal of Kameron's lab is to bring the STEM community to students who want a career in it and are interested in the emerging trends. With my press accreditation, I'll have access to exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes tours, and the latest news, all of which I'll be sharing with you. If you remember my coverage from the WAICF, you already know what to expect. So remember, WAICF is the World AI Cannes Festival, where I was in February. Yeah, February. So if you don't remember that one, go back to the other episode or check it out on my Instagram. But either way, amazing conference, definitely going back next year. So now that you remember, let me know if there's anything specific you would like to see at VivaTech. I'd be happy to show it to you. This trip to VivaTech is just the beginning. There's more traveling on the horizon, and especially more adventures in the world of STEM. And I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. But that's not all. This summer, I'm on the road to growing our community. My goal is to grow to at least 100 listeners per episode. Now, it may seem ambitious, but with consistency and drive, I believe we can make it happen. And you can join me on this journey by sharing the podcast with your friends, your classmates, or anyone you know who's passionate about STEM. I know Sweetie, my mom, has already shared every single episode with her friends on Facebook. So we gotta catch up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kameron's Lab, to my Instagram and TikTok, where it's Kameron's_lab, or just here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts, as long as that lasts. I heard it's going down soon. But either way, I want you to share it, follow, stay tuned, so that we can build as big a community as possible. I want us to build a community of STEM students, professionals, and enthusiasts who aren't just listeners, but active participants. It's the whole reason I started this podcast, to give other students like myself access to the STEM community. And that means more than just listening to my interviews or following me to conferences. I want us to be able to interact with each other, gain ideas, bounce ideas off of each other. It'll be really cool. So whether you're studying, working in the field, or just have an interest in STEM, I want this to be a platform where we can connect, share ideas, and inspire each other. Basically, meet people like us. As we build the community, I have plans for us at the end of the summer, but that's all I can say. I can't tell you anymore. You just have to stick around and find out what I have planned. But if you'd like to get all of my updates in a cool new way, you can follow my new LinkedIn page for Kameron's Lab. That's right. We now have our own LinkedIn page. Shout out to Giovanna at Scientia News for introducing me to this. Scientia News breaks down complicated research articles in an easy-to-understand way. So, check it out while you keep up with milestones for the Kameron's Lab Dive-In podcast and platform on our new LinkedIn page. Speaking of upcoming milestones, might have to toot my own horn here, as my grandpa would always say, I have another big announcement to make. I'm graduating this summer. Yes, finally. So yes, I am wrapping up my final year in biomedical engineering here at Queen Mary, and I'm doing my very best to finish strong. It feels surreal to be closing this chapter, but I am thrilled to see where the journey will take me. Well, that's all for today's episode. I know, it was a quick one, but I only had a couple of announcements to make. So stay tuned for my VivaTech coverage at the end of this month in about 2 weeks' time. I'll be sharing interviews with industry professionals, the Jedi Masters of STEM, I like to say, and more. Here's to a summer of exploration, learning, and growth. Thank you for stepping into the lab. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Hi again, awesome listener. That wraps up another deep dive of Kameron's Lab Dive-In. Before you dive back into your day, see what I did there? Take a second to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Want a behind-the-scenes look? Bonus content? Or just some good old STEM fun? Follow me on my socials, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Kameron's Lab. And remember, Every episode is a new adventure, and we've got some thrilling dives lined up for you. Don't miss out! Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.